Guys, I'm so freaked out right now. I left a piece of gear back at my camp, and when I came back to get it, I saw these laying on the door of my tent. Like, someone was up here taking pictures of me. I'm so scared. I don't know what to do. I don't think I have cell phone reception. He's coming. Where is it? I got it.
I loved this short. This is one that really keeps you guessing and uses to its advantage the narrative device of multi-perspectives, seeing it from both of these people's views and how the circumstance can change so drastically from a change in perspective. There is all of those necessary Easter eggs, though, set up in the beginning to kind of hint to what that twist is, so it doesn't feel like something that comes out of left field or anything like that. The acting here is very stellar, and it's really a great use of daylight horror, right? Where you don't need darkness and an unsettling background. Quite the contrary, you have a beautiful, lush background here that ends up being this harbor of dread and despair and violence.
I really liked the different perspective of the vlog, seeing her perspective and then seeing the male vlogger's perspectives on what was really going down and what was really happening. I also really like the first person view in a general sense, because I thought that was really cool and it felt very personal and felt like each of them, I felt like I was really watching a vlog, so I thought that was really cool. I also just in general really liked how we got to see the first view, his view, and then we got to see kind of a third person view so that we could actually truly know what was going on, and I thought that was a really cool thing to add. I also really loved the twist, and I loved the little, basically like the cherry on top at the end where like the credit scene was all of her pictures from the scrapbook. And I thought that was unfortunately really funny, but it was really cool. I really liked it.
I thought it had a really great conceit with the sort of self-recording aspect, especially in the middle of nature. I thought it had a very tactile and realistic feel, and I thought it contributed to sort of the setup with Hannah as a unsuspecting, sinister figure, and I thought the piece had a good sense of dark humor towards the approach that made the entire build-up feel interesting to watch and easy to get into. And I thought that the closing sequences in particular, especially the pictures, I thought was a reflection of the self-awareness to the stylistic approach of the piece, and I thought ended up working pretty well.
Love the opening. I just think it was original and creepy, and I was along for the ride the whole time. I really didn't know where this was going to go, how it was going to end, what was actually happening. So great job, very creative and unique idea for this script and this film. Really love the pacing, and I think it took me in right away with that opening scene. Me thinking, of course, she's getting stalked by this guy in the middle of, nowhere. I was scared for her right away. It was creepy, but oddly inviting. I love that line. Kind of creepy, but oddly inviting. Was a great line. The guy next to the shed, like all of that was so good when it was from her perspective, and then you turn it around to his perspective. Super cool. And I wrote down, he taught her well. And then as we kept going, I was like, oh, what's happening here? Great music. I thought it was so unique because in the world we live in now with these TikTok challenges and these, reels that we are just like inundated with, I wrote down, she took the challenge a little too far. And wow, I'd like to say that that's a stretch, but nowadays, who knows? This girl did a really great job. Both of the actors were great.
This piece is shot like influencer vlog style. They speak directly to the camera, similar to how you would see a YouTube influencer or YouTube video shot, where it's the point of view of the subject and the camera speaking directly to the camera about a particular thing. In this case, it's photography, how to find the perfect spot. Some of the shots are shot from the point of view as if the camera is the phone, while others are shot normally with the subject in frame with her camera. The point of view of the victim being stalked was a great touch. It gave us a great sense of foreshadowing.
Very good job of showcasing perspective. This reminds me of that one interview from Alfred Hitchcock where uh, he talks about how you can edit something in a certain way to showcase, you can show the same exact thing and have two different results, and your audience's perception of it will change. Uh, Mainly because this story is told in three parts: from Hannah's phone's narrative, from Leroy's narrative, and then from an outside narrative. Uh, we only ever see the videos from Hannah and Leroy, and then everything comes together at the end. And the reason I find that so fascinating is because the first part, it's framed to be this kind of horror slasher kind of vibe where there's a stalker in the woods coming to hunt you. And the cold open helps encapsulate that as well, where you think something bad's about to happen. But then part two completely turns it on its head as you find out that Leroy is just another vlogger. Uh, and it adds a nice comical sense to it, but now that cold open has completely changed. This was really cool. This was a really cool showcase of how different perspectives can change your opinion on something or how you perceive something.